Hi guys, so today I'm back again with another video for you all. This week I'm doing how I edit my Instagram photos because I know people are curious about this when people have quite curated feeds and they think like, oh, like how do you get them to match and stuff, and it took me a while to kind of get it right. So yeah, I really wanted to share it with you guys, how I do it, and yeah, let's get started with it. So I'm gonna move a bit over so I can put a screen clip in here, and we're just going to start editing some photos. So let's screen record. So I edit on Lightroom. As you can see, I've got all my photos. So I'm going to pick one to unedit and then I'll re-edit it with you guys. So this is what my photo looks like before. Okay, and firstly, we're going to start off with light. So doing everything manually instead of using a filter is kind of confusing. It takes a while to get the hang of, but it's how you get all your photos to match perfectly. So firstly, I'm going to increase the exposure a little bit and the contrast. I'm going to bring the highlights down a little bit and bring the shadows up a little bit. Whites up, and then blacks a little bit down. And then you can see the difference already. Completely lightened up the photo. Now, what you do from here on kind of depends on the look you're going for with your photos, but you can adjust it. Just do whatever you feel. I'm just doing what would go with my feed. So I like kind of like a warmer, quite light, airy kind of feel. So I'm going to increase my temperature up to about 6, and then play with my tint a little bit. I don't really know where I want it. I think maybe +5. Vibrance up a bit. Oops. Okay. And then now is the hard bit. We go into colour. So colour is completely where you get your whole like make my own filter vibe. So colour is, for matching your feed, is all about hue. So for example, I'm just going to show you a blue. So you can see the colour of the sky. If I change the hue, you can see what happens to the sky, right? So about, I don't know, nearly a year ago when I went to New York, I was doing a very aqua blue theme. So I would have it about here. Now I go for a light, all the blues in my theme are very light. So I up the luminance, and I'm just going to bring it down a bit as well, just to make it a bit bluier. And yeah, you're really just going to play with the colours. I bring the luminance. Why do I find that so hard to say? I bring it down on orange because it tans me. Good fake tan. And I also bring the hue down on orange to make it kind of a bit, sorry, on yellow, to make it a bit kind of warmer. And you can, yeah, again, you're starting to see it really come together in here. And then again in green, I like to make the green more yellow. You can see kind of what will happen if you change them. Just have a little drag around. So red doesn't have too much of an impact in this photo. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that there. And now I'm just going to do finishing touches on effects. So I'm going to up the clarity. This is just going to make it a bit clearer. Also going to up the sharpening. Also make it clearer. And I think it needs a bit more light, so I'm just going to add a bit more exposure. And yeah, there we have it. So that is before and after editing my photos without filter, just doing it all manually, and it's very fulfilling when you do it. So now I'm going to show you, I'm trying to think of a photo that would have a big impact if I did it. So this one. So this photo is pretty dull. Like without anything doing to it, I wouldn't upload it. It's just looking a bit sad. And this is where I will use the auto feature. Is like if the light just looks wrong, if you almost can't see me, because you can see like I'm so dark you can't see anything in my outfit. So I just hit auto and it kind of sharpens it up, and then from there you know how to fix it. So it's up to the shadows, so I'm just going to do that even more. Bring down the highlights, I'm going to up the shadows probably all the way, and then you can see my dress just pops out more. Up the exposure, and yeah, I think that's the lighting fix. You can see like what a difference just playing with lighting there makes. It's insane. It means you can see my outfit, whereas before you couldn't. And then again, increase the temperature a little, decrease orange because I always do that so it keeps with the theme. There's not much blue in here, drag down. And now I'm going to show you guys what I do if my sky, I'm just not feeling it. And this is so clever. Like, I don't really like doing it because it's a bit artificial, but I mean, I've had days, it's if you're on a trip and the sky in London is just grey and it's ruining all your photos, then there's no reason why you shouldn't just do this, because like it would look like this on some days. So what I do is I go onto Quick Shot, go on sky, they've got all these different skies, and you can just pop the sky in. And I'm just going to paint in this bit as well because for some reason it hasn't added that in. And then yeah. So there we've got our sky. So I'm not actually going to use that one. So all of these are locked with the stars. This is my favourite sky, but it's locked. So I can't save it normally, but what I do is I just do what I want to do with the sky, like so. And then you click on this, you can edit it more, so I make sure there's no different ambience, and maybe bring down the opacity a little bit. And then I will just zoom out a bit and take a screenshot. It's cheating, but it's quite an expensive app that it's not like a one-off payment, it's a subscription. I just screenshot it. Oops. But it turns out pretty well. So yeah, I'll just show you kind of the before and after of that. So if I reset this and then I save it, then I can show you what it looks like before and after. So before, and this is the after. So like a crazy difference really, if you think about that, you can make your photos look that much more light and just capture more in them really. I always have that problem. Sometimes, you know, you put a day aside a day for taking photos and the weather's just not good, you've not got the sky, you've not got the light, and it really doesn't matter, so don't worry about it. Just really learn how to fix those things, and you know, if it does go break and you have perfect lighting, then you'll need to do almost no editing, to be honest. Just like, I don't know, maybe increase the exposure a little bit, but I never do anything too big if I have like a perfect lighting day. But when you don't, it's good to know how to make it look like you have, and yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something from this video, and yeah, let me know if you use Lightroom, if you like Lightroom, and if you will be picking up and using any of the tips that I've given in this video. So yeah, I just used 2 photos, one that needed a lot of work, one that didn't need so much work, so hopefully that works. Both of those photos were taken on my phone, if that helps, so it's not like I used a professional camera. I thought it would be better just to show you phone photos. And yeah, I really hope it helped, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and leave me a thumbs up and a little comment. I'd love to hear from you, and yeah, other than that, I'll see you very soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in a few days.